You have 12 to 24 months to capitalize on the AI gold rush. Listen, the AI market is projected to hit 1.8 trillion by 2030. That's 900 times bigger than the California gold rush of 1849. We're not just watching a tech trend, we're witnessing the foundation of tomorrow's economy being laid out in real time. It's creating the new rich of the century. But here's what no one's telling you. The people who get truly rich in every single gold rush aren't the ones following the crowd. They're the ones building what the crowd depends on. Rockefeller didn't just drill oil. He owned the distribution that everyone relied on. Bezos didn't just build a business. He built the platform everyone else depends on. And the same thing is happening right now, but with regular people. People with no technical background, people with no prior technical experience. They're all creating million-dollar businesses running with high profit margins from their living rooms. And I've not only seen it, I'm one of them. While everyone was all in on this fear-mongering around AI, news cycles consistently talking about mass layoffs and keeping people in a constant state of panic, the truth for me was $1 million opportunity was sitting right in front of me the entire time. And it only cost me a $20 a month membership. And it was ChatGPT. Now, here's the thing. It wasn't about knowing the best prompts or racing to use AI for everything in sight. It was about understanding what researchers have said over and over again. AI will not replace people, but people who use AI will replace those who don't. I've inadvertently said this on podcasts many times as well, because there is a playbook being used by the new rich that is making them and their businesses future-proof in this AI era. And here's the thing. The playbook isn't the one you're seeing everyone talk about. It's not about prompt engineering, it's not about automating everything, and it's not about chasing after the next new shiny opportunity. That's what everyone else is doing. That's what makes you replaceable. The real AI opportunity that is generating thousands and even millions for others is you. Think about it. Your thinking, your experiences, AI can't do that. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how you can turn that into real leverage. Because the AI gold rush is real, but it's not about AI. It's about brand, it's about business, it's about who knows how to distribute, and AI is only the rocket fuel that adds to it. While everyone else is panicking about AI replacing jobs, smart people are using AI to build brands that make them irreplaceable. Gary Vee didn't just build agencies, he built Gary Vee. Mr. Beast didn't just make videos, he built an empire around his name. And to highlight a more recent case study for this, Roy Lee, founder of viral company Cluely, just raised 15 million in funding because he focused on what most tech giants didn't think of: distribution. Products can be copied, ads can be copied, but a personal brand cannot. And that's exactly why the smartest entrepreneurs right now aren't chasing AI to replace themselves. They're using it to build leverage around their brand, their authority, and their distribution. And look, AI has leveled the playing field completely, but your goal watching this isn't to play the influencer game. That's a red ocean of people fighting for attention. The goal is to become a micro authority. A personal brand is literally rooted in that. The game you should be focusing on is to become a person with influence, not an influencer. This is exactly how I managed to outperform AI automation agencies or AI dropshipping while using the exact same technology, and ended up bringing in nearly 2 million in revenue by not trying to be everywhere or everything to everyone, but by fixing one problem for one person. The reason why this works is simple. Distribution, I owned, and trust, I earned, and AI just got me there faster. Now let's get into the 3-step playbook that will help you do exactly the same. The first step is to understand what foundational skill you're going to build mass authority around on. This is where you become known for solving one problem better than anyone else in your space. See, what people are getting wrong right now is that they'll go on ChatGPT and ask it to create them content around business leadership or accounting for Instagram or TikTok, and it generates them broad and generic content that no one reads or that doesn't even work. And it sets you up for failure because you're creating content for overly saturated platforms. Again, like I said, a red ocean. And then they just assume that neither AI or a personal brand works for them. Here's where people drop the towel and go back to spending thousands on ads or another agency. Here's the fix though. Instead of competing in a true red ocean, which to me is Instagram, TikTok, and even YouTube, I went to a blue ocean, LinkedIn, with over 1 billion users, but literally 1 to 3% posting content. And out of that 1 to 3%, only 0.1% of users were posting good content. This is the unspoken competitive advantage no one is talking about. And this is why I'm obsessed with LinkedIn. It's the ultimate place for business owners who are established to become known, liked, and trusted, because no one there is posting content to be an influencer. People there are posting content to have a full pipeline every single month, and I cannot stress this enough. Now, by simply understanding this, you are already 20% closer to future-proofing yourself in this AI-driven economy. But let me be clear, it's not just about where you post. That's just one part. It's also about what you post. The key to winning is to find what unique and relevant things you have to say that are going to be helpful to someone else. What authority do you actually have right now? How many clients have you worked with? How many people have you spoken in front of? What results have you actually been responsible for? You can literally answer these 4 questions and then add them onto ChatGPT, and it will help you dig deeper and build relevant content that doesn't flop. Because in these unique answers, you will create content that exceeds expectations and gets people returning to your content every single time. Now, to keep this video from being incredibly long, I will be giving you the top line on how to do this, but I will be covering this in detail on my free 3-day live mastermind, which is free to attend, by the way. There, I'll be breaking down exactly how to turn your AI fear into an advantage no matter what you do, sell, or trying to build. So check out the link in the description. Now, to keep things super simple, we're going to be using AI. I like to use the content trifecta, which is a concept I came up a few months ago, and it essentially outlines the top 3 outlier content angles that I found work across platforms, but especially on LinkedIn. And I'll be getting into what each 3 of them are in a second. But before we use it, we need to understand what information we need. So again, using our good friend ChatGPT, I'll need you to drop any relevant content that you already have, whether it is a pitch, a deck, a transcript, past content that performed well, or other relevant information, and drop it onto ChatGPT. And then you can use this prompt. Based on this, please give me 3 to 5 specific content pillars or themes that will help me become an authority in my niche, while still being professional given my background and current audience. Make sure we focus on education, storytelling, and inspirational content. And as you can see, if I do exactly this and take someone else's content from the internet, it comes up with a good starting point for us. And honestly, this is already way more specific than any of these other prompts that you'll find on the AI content videos that don't really work. For example, Clio here, which is basically almost like a ghostwriter in your pocket, onboards you with simple questions to understand your story, your business, and then builds your brand DNA that then creates content for you so you don't have to go back and forth between prompts. Now, whatever tool you use, free or paid, to prevent you from wasting time, you need to understand the 3 angles that work in content. A true reason why my LinkedIn content outperforms most people's is because I understood this. You need total addressable market content, you need broad content, and you need expert level content. Now, let me break them down. Total addressable market content gets you discovered. Think about it like the first business book you read. It was an entry-level book, it was simple, but it solved a pain point or confirmed a belief. And this is what total addressable market content should be doing for you too. The content that fits this style incredibly well can fall into 3 categories. The first one is mindset. So the way you think about success, growth, or money. Then work culture, so habits, routines, or productivity hacks. And lastly, motivation. So the aha moment reminders that make people feel seen. This right here is the top of funnel content that makes people stop scrolling and say, wait, that's me, or I really enjoyed this. And that's exactly the feeling that this content should be creating. The second part is broad content. And I say broad, but it's still broad and niche at the same time. So broad in the hook, but niche in its execution. For example, storytelling content. So let me give you a good hook idea so you can understand it better. I quit my job at 21. Then I built a business by 23. The first part is broad as it's relatable to many, but then it gets niche when we use the built a business line as it targets the people who are interested in exactly that. This brings in a specific type of traffic. And then the third, you need expert level content, which is specifically about what you and your business does. This is where you become undeniable. You're showing the deep dive stuff that proves that you know your stuff. Case studies, how-to breakdowns, step-by-step frameworks. And let me let you in on a little secret. I write nearly every single one of these posts using AI. So when you zoom out, this is the ultimate AI play. The AI gold rush isn't about prompts. It isn't about who can automate the fastest. And most certainly, it's you and AI. In my eyes, AI is the car that gets you to your destination faster. So let's talk about where you want to go, which is ultimately capitalizing on the AI opportunity and what you've created with it, which is step number 2 of my playbook. Monetization and lead generation. You built an AI-powered personal brand, but now we need to turn those eyeballs into actual income, because here's what most people don't understand. Having 1 million followers means nothing if you can't convert them into real customers. Like one of my friends, Jake Molina, says, likes ain't cash. And I've seen people with 5,000 followers making 50,000 a month. And by the way, you can actually get thousands of leads every single month with one strategy that has been tried and tested to work: lead magnets. Lead magnets have been proven to generate thousands for users on LinkedIn. They're basically free and valuable resources that you give away in exchange for someone's contact information, typically their name, their email address, and sometimes their phone number. Let me show you. An insane case study I recently saw for this is Shan. He is the owner of one of the biggest agencies in the world. A big part of their content strategy on LinkedIn has been lead magnets. His organic lead magnet campaign on LinkedIn attributed to 6 figures in lead generation in under a week. Mind you, he has 42,000 followers, not millions, 42,000. He's an authority in the space. Every agency owner knows him. And that's exactly what the goal of a personal brand is for business owners. These lead magnets don't only just collect emails for you, but they do something that's even more powerful. It answers the common objections that a potential buyer may have when looking at you, your content, and even your landing page. Do you get my problem? Do you know how to solve it? Are you even real? Is this for me and my hyper-specific niche or problem? Do you understand my incredibly complicated situation? And usually the answer would be yes. When you create a hyper-specific lead magnet, let's say it says something like 10 hacks to put PCOS into remission for women. They not only want it, they not only download it, but they now in their head identify you as someone who understands their problem and can actually fix it. Think about lead magnets as a fair trade. I'll give you something valuable for free, and in return, you give me permission to stay in touch with you. Now we've got the content engine, we've got the lead generation machine going. Let's talk about converting these leads, which is step number 3, where the magic actually happens on email. Your content serves as the perfect setup. People trust you, they like you, they listen to you. The lead magnet serves as this perfect vehicle. You solve the problem, they gave you their email, they're aware of your ability to solve painful problems for them, and now the inbox is where you get them to work with you. It's the ultimate trust accelerator. See, social media is rented land. The algorithm decides who sees your content, but on email, that's property you actually own. When someone opens your email, it's just you and them. No distraction, no competing content, just pure and undiluted attention. And this is where AI gives you an unfair advantage that most people are completely missing. Writing is not everyone's forte, I know that, but that should not stop you from tapping into the biggest gold mine of cash flow we have as business owners. Let me explain. When someone opts in into your lead magnet, there's 2 mistakes you should avoid. Mistake number 1 is have them opt in and never hear from you again. And mistake number 2 is have them opt in and then send an email once every month, or once every quarter, or once whenever you remember, or when you have time. This happens way too often. What you should do instead is 1, have a welcome email plus the lead magnet. 2, have a welcome email sequence that's around 3 to 5 days. 3, have a weekly email going out, either educating or storytelling. And then 4, have an offer focused email sequence that you can use whenever you want. This is just the top line though, and I'll save the whole breakdown for another specific video where I can nerd out on email. But just know, I literally love emails. Like, I am obsessed with them. They've changed my life, and this plus AI tools are truly another winning piece of the puzzle. All right, those 3 steps are the literal fundamentals of emails that even if you implement this with no more context, you'd actually see an increase in conversions. You can also use AI to write these emails, which I've done quite often. Even recently, I wrote 20 emails in just 3 days. Most, if not all of them, made us around 5 figures each. This one made us 12,000, this one made us 10,000, and this one made us 9,000, etc. All with the help of AI. This is what I mean. AI is the vehicle, not the business model. As you can see, all of this AI stuff gives you speed. Your brand gives you the leverage. Likes and virality are not the wealth creators anymore. If you truly want to create wealth, you do this by teaching, showing proof, and solving tiny problems. That's the playbook, and AI just speeds it up. AI doesn't replace you, it amplifies you. Your thinking, your experiences, your stories, AI can't replicate that, but AI can actually help you package it, distribute it, and scale it faster than ever before. So you have a choice. Spend the next 12 months worrying about AI taking your job, or spend it building an AI-powered personal brand that makes you irreplaceable and adds 6 figures to your pipeline along the way. The window is open, but it won't last forever. AI won't make you rich, but ignoring you will make you poor. You could even end up looking back in 3 years and say, I wish I started now. There are a few moments like this in our lifetimes where we wish we were there earlier. This is one of them, and like I said, the playing field is now even. Take advantage of it before it's too late. See you soon.